there is an intensified focus now on trying to make workplaces more diverse in hiring, in providing economic opportunities, promotion opportunities. What advice do you have for those who are trying to figure out how to work with many different types of people who don't necessarily work in the same way that they do?
Yeah, great question. What I always say is that doesn't matter where you are right now on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I'm just starting this journey, 10 being I'm already fully proficient, which few people are. It doesn't matter where you are, but it matters that you go from 1 to 2, and then from 2 to 3, and from 3 to 4, and that you don't demand perfection of yourself, but that you start the journey. That's really important. Typically, the journey should start at the leadership level. I firmly believe that. You've got to create, if you're an organizational leader, you've got to create a leadership team that's diverse. Because people, when deciding whether to join an organization, look at the leadership team. They look at what they look like. They look at whether they can find role model. They look at whether they can find people that look like them, that are like them, where they feel like they can be wanted the way they are. So a lot of leaders I see, they start deeper in the organization, but it really, really must start at the leadership team level. That'd be first, perhaps. And then what I would do is I would ban, which we've done at Clorox, I would ban the word fit. How many times have you heard, I don't think this person is a good fit to our organization. That's really a secret speak for, we're looking for people that are like us. So it's a really dangerous word to use. Instead, what I'd encourage people to think about is what can a person add to the organization? Plus one. What does the person have that we don't have just yet, and how can that be of value? That's a mindset shift that I think is really helpful. And then once you've laid that groundwork, it's really about looking in the mirror, and it's also about training managers, because managers throughout an organization can do a lot of damage, but also a lot of good. And one thing we did at Clorox, which was incredibly helpful, was to do bias training. All people at Clorox did bias training, and we looked at bias that we all have, that I have. Some of it is conscious, but a lot of it is unconscious. But the damage that bias does is really quite significant.